Wow.
And we should be good.
Witchcraft and wizardry.
No, just technology and stress. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerd Hutch.
Hello.
We're back this time. I was traveling for work for a couple of weeks there, so we didn't get a chance to open our Winterspell Trove. So that's what we're going to do here tonight. We're going to open the Trove, go through the stuff that's in it, and talk about what we think about Winterspell so far. I haven't played a whole lot, but we'll see if we can't get that fixed this weekend when I'm able to be at League.
We love League.
So with much ado about nothing, there's the Trove.
Wow. ASMR. Okay. Gonna rip that open. I like that little hidden detail right there. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, there's lots of hidden details in this set. Things I've seen about the stuff in the Trove already.
Okay. Oop. Okay. Let's get this right side up here. We have Angel and Stitch doing their snowboarding and snowball fighting at the top here. What is that in the background? Oh, it's the
Illumineer.
Illumineer. Fantastic. We got the side of the box here. Stitch. Bleh. The Pocahontas. Little Todd. If you know, you know. And Tinkerbell. Dun, dun, dun,
I want that pack.
Okay. And whatever's underneath it. Could be anything.
It's a Lorcana.
Surprise! Very neat. You can actually see... oh, I'm getting there, guys. Sorry. Little Stitch right there. That's fun. I like that a lot.
And if you spin it.
Uh-huh. That's him again?
Uh-huh.
Nice. There you go. Where are the numbers at?
They're on the other side.
They're on the other side. Okay.
But if you look at the top there.
I'm gonna get there. So, like any good Lorcana game, starts off at 0. And you go, she hits him 1, she hits him 2, 3, hits him 4, 5. She just keeps pelting him with snowballs. That's amazing. So you hit 20 and then it explodes.
I mean, not really, but I mean, terrible for the longevity of the game and the lore counters.
That's true. Okay, there's that. Ugh. Let's get into the uniqueness of the Trove here.
With the dividers, 1 per color.
Mm-hmm.
Usually.
Usually. I like that they moved away from just having the symbols on there. I mean, obviously you have to have the symbols in the first couple sets, but I really like what they've done when moving away from it.
Well, fun fact, if you remember at one point the dividers were the rarity symbols, which, hey, there are people that sort their cards by rarity. We, as the Nerd Hutch, are not those people. We do it by color,
You're fine.
by set,
I forgive you.
alphabetically, and by ink cost.
No, I'm just silly. Little goof.
No, that's Todd.
Little goof. No, I'm talking about this little goof right here. That's a little guy. This is a little goof. And then that's a little duck. Quack, quack.
And that's Stitch. You weren't prepared for that.
No, he's such a menace.
From the card Stitch high.
I don't know if you guys
level.
noticed, but I actually am kind of obsessed with Stitch. But it comes from a place of, well, number one, nostalgia. That came out when we were younger, but still old enough to be like excited about movie things. And then I remember the TV series and then the video game with Ruben. Ick yick. And then now we have a nonverbal toddler who basically talks exactly like Stitch, and the people who are around her constantly absolutely understand what she's saying, so it's very much the Jamba and Stitch moment. Really adore that. So, Stitch. Alright. So, inside the box. Oh,
You're missing the dice.
missing the dice. Oh, cool. So, they're frosted because they're like little, its ice is frozen.
Ice cubes.
It's a Winterspell. Oh, that's fun. And like and there's no dig at like the original tropes, right? Because it's the original. You kind of have to have your base stuff. But the thought and the effort that goes into little details like this is just really cool. And mad respect for the thoughts going through everyone's minds over there at Ravensburger.
First 2 tropes had storage boxes.
Yeah. Looking at you guys.
Just saying.
Not you guys, but like behind you guys, Ravensburger. They're always watching.
I'm a dice goblin of sorts, so I have plenty of dice. What I don't have is plenty of storage boxes. Yep. 8 packs.
Yeah. I just was like...
It doesn't give you the serotonin.
No. No serotonin boost. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm going to set this one off to the side.
Okay. I'm starting off with Darkwing.
I'm going to start by getting this stuff off of the middle of the playmat. I'm going to start with a Tinkerbell.
Okay.
If I can get these open. Have a Lilo.
Okay. Fantastic.
Pua, disgruntled pig.
Space Cows.
Dinky.
Oh, we should probably move over a little bit. People might be interested in what you pull too, I guess.
I can see.
Okay, perfect. Kappa.
Sarabi.
David.
Marching off to battle.
Agnar.
Piglet.
Mickey Mouse.
Cloudhouse. Amos Slade.
McHorn.
Gigi.
Nice. Gantu.
The Frozen Vine.
Snowfort. Sick, dude.
Scrooge McDuck.
Heck yeah. Simba.
Pete. That's good. Needed another Pete.
Grammatala. Love her.
Copper.
Todd.
And a foil Lilo. Snow Artist.
Got it. Chief. Almost wanted to say chef, and that's not his name.
That is not his name.
Okay, chef. Yes, chef.
I will open a Darkwing and back.
I'm opening up Tinkerbell.
Stitch.
Funny, we both ended up with what we had last time.
A T.I. double gut that spells Tigger.
Hey, hey.
Boomer.
Aladdin.
Lilo. Snow Artist.
Pocahontas.
Goofy.
Bazao.
Ooh, excellent. Needed one more of those. 2 more of those. Minnie Mouse.
Chief Tui.
Lee Shine.
Launchpad.
Anna.
John Smith.
Lonely Grave.
Elsa.
Hidden Trap.
Goslin Mallard.
Grammatala.
Nice. Timoon.
Colors of the Wind.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
Oh.
Strike a good match.
Hup. Keep the ancient ways. I can read. It's fine. I'm going angel.
Thank you, though. I'm saving the angel one for last because it was the random, the precariously perched.
So you never know.
I believe I started 2 in a row, so go for it.
Come out and fight.
Pot of Honey.
Strike a good match.
Stitch.
Percy.
Mother will protect you.
Taurus Bulba.
Force of a great typhoon.
Honker Muddlefoot.
Tiny Tim's crutch.
The terror that flaps in the night.
Infra pink ultra scan specs.
McMouse.
Alice.
Grandmother Willow.
Always a good card to have. Grab your bow.
Daisy Duck.
Splatter Phoenix.
Nice. Marshmallow.
Kristoff's Loot.
John Smith's Compass.
That's the first one.
See, I don't think we have that.
Darkwing Duck. Hey!
Hey, nice. Welcome to the club, Belle.
Mickey Mouse.
Nice of you to join us, babe.
I think that's probably my chase enchanted from this set. Belle's usually my chase enchanted anyway. Belle's just usually awesome. I can play that one in my deck, right?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Also, too, because I don't know that when we did talk about it last that we had audio.
I think we did on the Darkwing Duck. It was the Colors of the Wind audio. Check out our first and other YouTube video where halfway through we didn't unmute the microphone.
Sleepy parents who are frustrated sometimes forget to turn the audio back on. But real big. Hey, welcome back, other camera. Hello. There is actual glitter in this foiling here, so you can feel it, and it's beautiful in person. I mean, I think that the camera does a pretty reasonable job of capturing some of the beauty there, but I mean...
That's the power of the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra.
Not sponsored.
But if you want to.
We're not going to say no. It's just beautiful in camera, but also, too, there's just always something to be said about seeing one of these cards in person. So if you get the chance, 10 out of 10, recommend.
Yeah, just pull an Enchanted.
Just pull an Enchanted. Just pull an Iconic. Just do it. Come on.
One of our local league players and content creator, Chris, pulled the Iconic Pocahontas.
Yeah.
So go ahead and follow him over on the Inkwell Lounge if you want to see all the content that he's putting out. Pretty good stuff. I enjoy talking with Chris in person, and I'll enjoy his videos. We'll put a link in the show notes over to his YouTube channel.
Iconic lounge music. From Ipanema.
I'm gonna open Angel and see if I can't top this. I doubt it.
Oh.
There's one card that would top that.
Yeah.
A double legendary Moana.
Oh
no, I unrouted the compass.
North is south, and south is north. It's all out of control here.
The Pacific Northwest hasn't
Bye,
gotten a whole lot of
Ariel.
hasn't gotten a whole lot of snow. The East Coast is getting a lot of snow, and
Shout out to your brother-in-law Scott. Okay. Swordplay.
Lumpy.
I love Lumpy. Snowball fight.
Minnie Mouse.
Tomas.
Fangmire.
Donald Duck.
Maui.
Nice. Distract.
Blue Smoke.
Prince Naveen.
Donald Duck.
Nice. Big Mama.
Judy Hopps.
Nice. Wisdom of the Willow.
Big Mama.
Winterspell. Winterspell, that's what's in the sky.
Terran. Or Taran.
Darkwing Duck.
Hey, the non-enchanted
Hey,
Bell.
look at that. And a Wreck-It Ralph.
And a Wreck-It Ralph.
I think that makes our fifth.
Fourth or fifth.
Oh, you go.
I had a foil Darkwing Duck.
Nice. I got a foil Alice. Wait, hang on. Let's do that backwards again. Okay.
Nope. You did your Bell and I had to do a Mickey Mouse.
I got an Alice. Oh, you got a Darkwing Duck. That's crazy.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's enjoyable that we both had the same legendary in the last pack.
That's just silly. I love it. Oh, man. Okay. So, we opened up some, I guess, reasonable cards. Playable cards for sure. Some fun foil cards. Andy and I always talk about the difference between the excitement between pulling a card that's like really good, that's playable, because I cannot handle the idea of playing with an enchanted.
I can.
You know what?
And I do.
Thoughts and prayers to everybody who does use their enchanteds out there and their golden Mickeys.
I don't have any of those.
And their golden Mickeys. You know who I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking to him.
Oh, I'm talking to him right now in this moment. All the love. But couldn't be me. I know a lot of people like it, and I do think it's fun when people do it, but also, too, like, I get physically sick. But that's besides the point. So always talk about the difference between a playable card versus just a fun, rarer card. How pulling an enchanted is super awesome. Pulling an iconic is insane. But if you
I've heard.
Well, yeah. That's true. We've not pulled an iconic before. Maybe. In the
One day.
future. But, to pull a card that is not only very playable, but maybe costs like $60 is also just kind of as thrilling if you're actually playing the game.
There's room for this bell in my Sapphire Steel deck with my Enchanted Arthur King
Stop
Victorious.
looking at her. She's too cute. I'll protect you.
They're cards. They want us to play them. It's a trading card game.
Not this one.
That's the TC.
This is art.
That's the G in TCG.
And this is art.
Tell you what we'll do
Extended art.
is we'll have it signed by the artist, just like your Steamboat Willie.
Oh, yay. Yeah, I would love that, actually.
Hey, well, we'll look and see if we can't reach out.
Because Belle is my favorite. Very hard as it...
Or we have it great. Sorry not to cut you off.
That's all right. Because as like a brunette growing up in the 90s, there wasn't many options.
No,
and
there wasn't.
as much as Jasmine is iconic and beautiful, I just... Look at me glow in this video. I do not resemble Jasmine in any particular way.
You less glowing now? Turn the light down.
Not by much though, honestly. But I did love her character. I would say I maybe resemble Snow White a little bit more in the fact that, like, mind you, resemble loosely, right? I have dark hair. I have very light skin. That being said, I'm not a fan.
In the outdoors in the wilderness with the woodland creatures.
Yeah, I do. But that being said, I also I don't really like her story as much. I mean, I like a lot of her alternative stories. I like the the ones where she has a little more power to her. I did not watch the live action one. No. But like I'm talking about Fairy Tale, different versions of her. She's fantastic. But something about a nerdy, lonely brunette who's just kind of geeky.
Small town in France.
Small town. Well, okay, I didn't grow up in a small town in France. Not even close. Shout out Southern California. But I really connect with her, and being undiagnosed autistic most of my life, I definitely was no one like picked on me, but I was like off by myself. Anyways, I'm going on a rant. Get back to the card game.
Right, so I can play that in my Sapphire Steel deck with my Enchanted Arthur King Victorious.
No.
Well, that's just not nice.
No. Anyways, some of the cards we pulled that I thought would be fun to talk about, I think.
Go for it. I would like to talk about
why don't you go through your...
I'm going to talk about the bell, and not just because of the enchanted one, just because...
Yeah. We'll keep her front and center right here.
I have the one that I can,
Yeah.
touch and not have to have, a hard top loader around. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of blue, big fan of ramp, big fan of control. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's played me or watched in our local area me do that. That's kind of my forte. So ramp is key. So I love whenever one of your characters is banished, you may put that card from your discard into your inkwell face down and exert it. I love that it's a May ability. Mm-hmm. I love that it's whenever one of your characters, not other characters, so she sees herself meet the requirements for that trigger condition. Mm-hmm. Just all in all, it was played against this in the draft we did during preview this weekend. Pretty solid card in draft. 2-3 decent stat line that you're probably going to get to quest with her once. If you don't get the opportunity, she still gets banished by removal or what have you. Uh-huh. It still meets that condition of you can then take and put her into your inkwell. She's a princess, so she triggers the Cinderella condition. She's already inkable, so if she is put to your graveyard via other ways, or your discard via other ways besides being banished, mm-hmm. if you're playing the new Moana from this set, you can then ink her from your discard.
Yeah.
So, as a blue player, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of... Now, do I really think there's a spot for her in my Sapphire Steel deck the way I have it configured? Not so much because of this guy. And I say this like people can see what I'm doing because I turned off the overhead camera. I should probably turn that back on.
Yeah, probably.
And then get these things out of my face. that way over there?
Yeah. You're like...
Yeah,
you gotta be closer to her face to...
This Pete.
Yeah.
So this Pete is a ghost, which has the boost mechanic. He's a boost 1. Whenever this character quests, look at a number of cards on the top of your deck equal to the number of cards under him. Put 1 in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Minimum, he's a pseudo develop your brain. If he's boosted once, you look at that card, you put that card in your hand. It's kind of card draw. Becomes card draw to develop your brain.
Yeah.
To visions of the future. To just ways to filter the top of your deck.
Yeah. You mean it does what blue does best?
It does, and he's a 5/5. So pretty solid stat line, and in a lot of the blue builds with the Moana or the Cinderella, there's something this man's gonna drive me nuts. 5 cost is pretty easy to get at quickly.
It's a reasonable price tag for a blue deck.
So that's my quick ramble about blue while I look for other things.
So while we're talking, I'm going to start by talking about some pesky cards. So I have not personally played them quite yet.
Pesky cards.
But I have played against them. And don't get me wrong, mad respect for these cards, but also too, I hate to see them when I'm playing against them, because it's one of those things where, as we all know, items can be asterisks, parentheses, quotation marks, can be difficult to deal with because you can't just challenge them. You have to have specialty cards in your deck, which a lot of people don't have, or you only have 4 of. And so once you use the 4 of those cards, that's it. Or if you inked it early on in game, or if you got rid of it and they don't see the other one later on in turn. So very difficult to deal with. As we have learned from Miss Calhoun, resist 1 can be pesky. And then you get resist 2, 3, 4, yuck. Grandmother Willow, just to be able to, especially with Amber, as we all know, Amber is... they're really high-cost characters that really takes them a while to get up there. Just kidding. They have characters that cost like 1 and 2 that do amazing things. And so she just helps them go from 1 to 2 characters to 25 in 2 turns. She's a high-risk character once you see her out there. I'd try to get rid of her ASAP. A 1/2, while looks easy because fire the cannons, a lot of different things, shoot for 2, super easy. Sorry, ping for 2, super easy. It also can be a little difficult because a lot of things only deal 1 damage. So it potentially is eating up a lot of your resources. So you Amber players, luckies. So again, that's just kind of, I'm kind of done with my rant for a little bit. I have some other cards I want to talk about.
This one's interesting. Colors of the Wind, the 4-cost song. Each player reveals the top card of their deck. Draw a card for each different ink type. Ink type of cards revealed this way. Now, there is speculation as well. You at least can get 2 cards. Everybody I was talking with, you can get 2 cards. I played this in draft, and I sang it in draft, and my opponent and I both revealed an amethyst card.
Yeah, that's a 1.
I got to draw 1 card. So, whereas I think with the introduction in set 7 of dual ink cards, this has a lot of potential to be a pseudo replacement to friends on the other side, or at least you can kind of see what your opponent's working on the top of their deck. Sure. Yeah. You can also only draw 1 card off of it, which is
that's rough.
Kind of a bummer.
Well, and I feel like too that would be a fun card to have in like a multiplayer game. If you know you're going into one of those. I mean, it's not as common, but it is something that's fun to have out there.
The next one on my docket here is Gigi. The 3-cost 2/4 with alert. Alert meaning they can challenge as if they had evasive. They don't gain evasive on your turn, so they don't get any of the Dumbo triggers, things like that, but they can challenge as if they had evasive. And while this character has no damage, she gets +2 strength, so it becomes a 4/4. Now, a lot of discussion, I say a lot, discussion that I am seeing or have seen or partaken in is...
Between you and Robert, no, I'm just kidding.
A replacement for Lexington in some of the steel builds. I can see it, but also I'm not a fan because it's the condition of, while this character has no damage, it's similar to Lawrence. Lawrence didn't get reprinted. Probably should have got reprinted in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there. They didn't ask my opinion when looking at reprints. So I suspect this will see some play because if you're running a slight off meta, you could do a 3-3 split with this in Lexington and have the ability to answer a lot of the evasive boards, or just...
If you're playing Amber, you're healing up your guys. I think Piglet, too, also is healing up guys, so you could do a blue steel build with her and some heal. You would just have to consider that. Now, that being said, having that alert function is sometimes key. And
in a high aggro meta early on in the new set, Wolfing is still developing just a 4/4 that just comes in, doesn't have rush, but just a 4/4 sitting there. It's like, oh, maybe I won't turn my thing sideways. And, that's then being
pair her with one of those guys. Now she's got to resist 1 on her. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, sorry. Get excited about that. Okay. Me turn?
Your turn.
Me turn.
I got a couple more.
Okay.
I got one more.
I'm going to then... I'll start off with my 2 groupings. These are 2 cards that I have actually played with. And I enjoyed a lot. That Alice, her being a 4/4, if she was anything less than a 4/4, she would be banished almost immediately.
I'm going to read this because I don't remember
for
what
sure.
this Alice does. Boost 2. Whenever this character quests, put all the cards from under her into your hand. Yeah, that's... I wouldn't be surprised to see that in a lot of Amethyst Emerald builds.
Well, and then the other thing, too, this paired up with that Tamatoa, for every time you boost a character, he gains +1 lore that turn. You're now not only boosting, but then the minute you quest with her, you now have all of those cards in your hand. Mind you, if you can do a multiple boost, because as we all know, say it with me, you can only use the boost function once per turn per character. So you can only do the boost. You can only do the boost to once for her that turn. But you can still get some things. Now, that being said, it is always a breaking point when you have several cards underneath her and you have to use her to not quest. That breaks your heart a little bit, but...
Oh, reckless.
No, in order to not lose immediately.
Oh, that too.
Not reckless aspect, more of like you have to hit something. The other one being Grammatala. She's scary looking, right? You got 12 cost, uninkable, oof. But the glaring obvious plus is that she's a blue. So what this card says is for each card in your inkwell, pay 1 less to play this character. I.e., especially for ramp, you're doing a Tipo, you're doing a Sail, you're doing a 1 jump. Cinderella. You're getting those multiple. You can be playing a 6/6 quest for 2, 12 uninkable very quickly. Because even if you're only inking once per turn, you can play her by turn 6. Mm-hmm. Because that's 6 less, and then you use the 6 on top of that. I think it's an underestimated. Do I think it's a 4 of? No, absolutely not. You're really going to bog yourself down with uninkables if you have 4 of these 12 Grammatalas. But to have 2 of her in a deck, very reasonable. Just to have that beefy one to be able to do things while your Alice does silly things like get cards for you. So yeah, really enjoyed her. Didn't pull him today, but the Tamatoa that I mentioned earlier, where every time you boost a character, that is also a lot of fun. And it does make me miss the second chapter days. Basically before...
Rotation?
That's what I was saying. I was in the middle of saying rotation. You guys saw me.
That's the first 8 chapters then?
Because Tamatoa in that time, oh buddy, it was good. Alright, do your last one.
So my last one is this Wreck-It Ralph, and the only thing I have to say is I want him to see play, and I want this card to be good, just because I like things that do a lot of things, i.e. Sapphire Steel. He's 7 cost, 3/4, quest for 3, boost 1. He gets +1 strength for each card under him.
They're twins, they have to go together.
And when this character is banished, banish all characters with strength equal to or less than the strength of strength he had in play. I don't like that it is all characters, so it's the, your characters and your opponent's characters, but I mean, that's the risk you take. I love how they are wording cards specifically, as somebody who's studying up for whenever they release their lore guide quiz to be a certified lore guide as opposed to somebody who just reads the rule book. When this character is banished, banish all characters with strength equal to or less than the strength he had in play, because what happens is when he's banished, he will go to the discard pile and he will be a 3/4. That doesn't count the cards under him in the discard pile, so it's while he's in play. So when he was in play with all the cards under him, is his strength. Is when he's in the discard pile, if you glance at him, you're like, oh, he's a 3/4. Well, no, he was a 5/4, a 6/4, a 7/4.
Got it.
So I don't know if he will see play. I hope he does see play.
Yeah.
I think it could be interesting.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's my hot take of the cards we opened tonight.
Yeah. I have one last card. This one's kind of I don't want to say nuanced card, but it's a card that makes you go, well, is it worth it? Do I like it? So on and so forth. You got the 3/3 cost 1 Gantu that when you play this character, choose and discard a card. For all my ADHDers out there, for all my glancers, there is no may. You choose and discard a card when you play this character. Which means, Mr. Rules here, if I play him and I have no cards in hand, I can choose a
Correct.
card and discard it. He gets to stay in play.
Very, very similar to Doc when you play this character.
Yep, get your hand to draw 2. That being said, though, if you only have 1 card in hand, that can really hurt. But to get a 3/3 out on turn 1, sometimes it's worth it to discard a card. I really like the fact that he's inkable, because if I'm on the end of something, I might not necessarily want to do it, or if I am stuck with a card in my hand, maybe it is the thing to do.
Or you grab him in draft accidentally, thinking that there's a May in there, and then you play him and go, wait, that doesn't say May. Can I ink him instead? And your opponent goes, yeah, sure, that's fine.
That's literally never happened to anybody.
It happened to us.
Both of us.
Yeah, you took it, and I said, yes, you can ink it instead.
So yeah, anyways, I have hurt feelings about this Gantu because of the fact that I may or may not have misread it. But also too, the longer I think about it, I'm like, okay, he's actually a very reasonable card. Again, 3/3.
As somebody who did the play a popsicle, banish popsicle, play the 3/3 bell out of your hand by banishing the popsicle, a 3/3 on turn 1 is pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Any other cards that we didn't draw tonight that you were like, oh, I want to talk about that a little bit?
Just that Moana. I mean, I am, and if I was prepared a little bit more, this is not our normal recording night. We're speeding things up because we have, I have some work commitments taking me out of town again tomorrow and then some next week, and we have some D&D we're going to play tomorrow night. But I have slides and everything put up, but I'm a huge fan of that Moana. I mean, obviously I pre-ordered some because we still haven't opened any. I'm glad I pre-ordered them, but just the being able to ink cards from your discard. Now, that's not in addition to your ink for turn, that is. As your turn action, you can ink cards from your discard instead of from your hand.
Yeah.
Just that's pretty solid. Princess, she synergizes with the Cinderella from last set. It just, you can go play the Moana, play a sail if you still have the ink, draw a card, sail goes to the discard, ink the sail from the discard, end of turn, Cinderella, if you have her in play, triggers, ink a card from your hand, draw it. Just,
well, and then too, like, to me, there's something so sweet about inking a card from your discard, because it's already a card that is it ultimately is out of reach from you. So there's no you're not paying to play it from there unless you have Lilo and stuff. There's a couple scenarios where it is reasonable to have discard items there, but even still, if you have, let's go back to before set rotations, if you have a Chernobog, that's just characters. If you got an action or 2 in there, you can now use those actions to be ink to then play your Chernobog quicker. So I really, anything that allows me to use cards from my discard, big fan of. And not just put it back in my deck. I know there's a lot of cards that do that nowadays, and they're fine. They're fine. And I don't see the use of them in my personal decks. So,
yeah, sorry, I'm more going to see if I can't pull up a little bit of...
Do a little show and tell.
Well, because twofold here, right, is we play a lot, we collect a lot, but we also, as a lot of people do, we enjoy the art. And the art of this Moana, I'm going to try and do this, both of them here, because Moana is one of the iconic cards of this set. Maybe if I can do this right, and I promise I will attempt to be more prepared the next time we do these things. But hey, you know, we're humans doing human things. We're having a great time, having a grand old time, and if I drag that way, that should work pretty darn well. We won't be in this, but let's try that again. We may have had a microphone issue there. The justice for Hey Hey, as Heather was saying, the Hey Hey that you see in the non-full art version did not make it into the iconic version. And I'm indifferent. It is kind of a bummer, but also I love when they do extended art that is different than the original art.
Yeah. That's fine and dandy. But he's just not there anymore.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I forgive you.
But it just so yeah, the art, the ability, it just really makes me love where the direction is going of the game. As a blue player, and now everybody, myself included, we do complain and carry on about how purple keeps getting good cards. And I guess I can put it back to us now, huh?
If you want to show them my ugly crying.
You know, it I don't know. I think they're heading in a great direction. I think as a blue player, I love blue, but this set I'm also trying Ruby Amber.
Yep.
And at some point I will figure out how to play Amethyst Emerald because tempo. Apparently I have to be a tempo player.
Also, too, I mean, even though I have some very strong opinions about this Moana Iconic, the artwork chosen for this particular set, that paper lay artwork, is one of my personal favorites. And yeah, I would say that they're putting out more and more cards that really make you think for each color, and make you rethink your decks. Not completely, and I'm not saying that they're necessarily like upsetting the meta, whatever. It's just, especially on the local level, Andy and I talk about all the time personally, is that our local meta is very different from the national world meta. So we have to build our decks based kind of around that aspect, or the way I do it, just make a silly goofy deck. If it does well, cool. If not, cool. That being said, that, you know, it's really making you think, and if you're a creative deck builder, if you're into that kind of aspect, it's really adding a little flavor to everything, which is very enjoyable to watch. Ravensburger, this is my plea to please make an entire enchanted set of all the colors of the Hey Heys. It could be a specialty set, it could be a fun set, but please, I beg of you, do this for us. Everybody wants it. Everybody.
Maybe not everybody.
Everybody.
Maybe not.
Put in the comments. Put in the comments.
But
You want a hey. Put in the comments if you want a hey tribal enchanted set, or maybe you can think of another tribal set, because I think it would also be fun to do like a Stitch one. I know, girls talking about Stitches again, but you know, just any of the. Mickey, I think, is another one that we have in a lot of different colors. So I think that would be another fun tribal enchanted set. Almost like that 100th anniversary set. I think would be really cool. Please.
You had asked if there are any other cards, and I brought this up really quick.
Yeah.
I am a fan of this genie. I think a lot of purple players are a fan of this genie. The 3-cost, boost 1, gets 1 lore for each. It just seems, I don't want to say broken. I don't want to say too many cards are broken. I don't want to say it needs to be banned, errated, whatever. But boost, quest for a bunch, Madam Mim, elephant, you got a bunch of cards in your hand.
Yeah.
It just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
All I'm saying is he doesn't have a ward. That's all I'm saying. Throwing that out there. He doesn't have a ward.
That is correct. He does not have ward.
Neither does little Alice.
Neither does Alice.
They are, and this is where I feel like, and I mean, you just mentioned it. You didn't want to call it that because you and I talk about it. Saying a card is broken, like, it feels like every other day people are choosing a new card that's broken, and I rarely ever see actually get played. Or rarely ever.
Maybe that's what they mean by it's broken. It's broken because they can't play it.
It doesn't work.
I want it to be good, but it doesn't work.
I can't make it work, so it must be broken. Shout out to Mel Brooks fans. Mine's warped. But that Floodborn deck that was out there for a while, really, I mean, that was everywhere and everyone was playing it. And so, do I think it was broken? No. Was it really silly? Yes. Do I think some of these cards are incredible? Yes. Do I think that most of the ones that people label as broken are broken? No. I just think that just because you can't beat against that card doesn't make a card broken.
That is 100% accurate.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh. I think that's, I won't say all we have time for, but about all we have time for.
Yeah, I'm CB's.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
The missile is EP. The missile must sleep.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Bye.
And we'll try and get this out in a timely manner, as today is Thursday, so we'll see when this comes up. But if you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, comment any suggestions for future content. We do intend to have some guests, some friends on that live local or in our league, and see what we can come up with. But in the meantime, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whatever your time zone is.